Behold my tower of power. Hello everybody and welcome back to Create Alternate Selection 2. Last episode, especially for the teaser you ended up seeing, and then the interior you saw in the actual main video itself. But when I went ahead and put together a schematic that I found for a massive metal farm. So you can, see the absolute insanity that's going on in here. But from the outside, you have the big lava chair. And I will admit, I did take some inspiration from that one base Mumbo Jumbo made in that one Hermitcraft season. I think it was 2 seasons ago, so that would be 8, I believe. Feel free to correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But before we dive into what today's episode is, please like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff down below. Keeps my videos showing up in your feed and tells me what you like. So, today, we are actually going to be following the upgrade tree, which honestly we haven't really touched on in a while. So a bit of background, this mod pack that this is based on, Create Ultimate Selection 2, actually does have a quest system. And so if we go into here, we can see that I do have some stuff to claim. For example, I need to make, a hose pulley, a small fluid pipe, and a couple of these things to round out the create one, and then crafts and add-ons is a whole thing. Central kitchen is going to be fun to figure out. Connected, I got some stuff. Ore extraction is going to be real fun because then I can get a whole bunch of stuff going there. Subs and add-ons, got some stuff we can probably work on here as well. Especially, jetpacks, which is going to be fun. Not quite sure what that is, but we got this we can work on. Briefly touched some of these other ones. Haven't really touched the mechanism, but the one we're going to be going for today is the study sheet, and then followed by all the train stuff. We're going to be doing some train stuff coming up. Not sure we're going to be doing it a whole slew of episodes, but the plan is to definitely do some train work. But to do that, we need study sheets. And study sheets, if we come into the GUI here, study sheets will require this sequence, which is relatively easy. It's just lava, press, and I can very easily put that and automate it somewhere. But we need obsidian dust for that. And the create recipe for that is you take either obsidian or crying obsidian and put it through some crushing wheels. Now, I could go with the crying obsidian recipe because then I also get a chance of getting some amethyst out of it. But I do want to have regular obsidian, and I can't really find any good ways to go from crying obsidian to obsidian. And it's a lot easier to do the obsidian recipe and then later on do something so I can get crying obsidian out of it. Especially considering that it outputs obsidian. Now, I'm not going to do the whole loop thing I did with the netherite. So it's just going to have one of these two is going to be obsidian, and the other is going to be obsidian dust, or powdered obsidian technically. But I'm also doing kind of a giant tower for the design of this factory. So it's going to be unique, and one of the reasons I want obsidian is I want to use obsidian to decorate the outside of it. But we're going to be doing a big vertical factory, and we are using a new block, the mechanical extruder. And I'm not going to, talk through the entire ponder thing, But essentially, it allows you to take blocks from all the other inputs and output blocks automatically. So in this case, what we are doing is we are using the extruder, which we're going to be using the mechanical extruder and not the brass one, because I don't have what we need for the brass one. But it's going to be rather slow, so this is going to require some AFKing on my part, but pretty easy. It is simply going to take water and lava and make obsidian. Main reason we're not using brass is because I need... Actually, wait, no, I could do... Didn't realize that was the recipe for it. Huh. Never mind. Give me some time so I can get some brass mechanical extruders together. Okay, if I have my math right, I should have everything I need. So, gutter, brass, trapdoor. So, trapdoor, brass, gutter, and then trapdoors there, and the brass sheets there. And successfully made one extruder. Now I just gotta do this 3 more times. Okay, so I have the extruders now, and now we're gonna start building this as a vertical assembly. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna be starting at the bottom, which is actually storage. So let's see, I need these. So boom, 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 boom. How much does a silo hold per? Ponder. Let's see if there's actual number in here. Let's see. Okay, there's nothing specific, but I'm probably gonna have to get some more silos at some point. Actually, this is probably gonna be a bit of an adventure, so I'm not gonna make you guys sit through the entire thing. So, see you guys after I have a fair amount of the initial base done. Okay, everybody, I think I managed to figure out how the farm is currently being set up. So up top here, we have these infinite water and lava sources, and because I know that it was on one of my cons previously, yes, I do have the game rule turned on that allows lava to fill up source boxes kind of like water. And yes, I understand how some people may not think that's proper to create because, you know, you can automate it or whatnot. I just don't want to have to deal with running all of that all over the place, so I just have infinite lava. But so all these are being piped into the extractors, and there is obsidian underneath it because it is required for this recipe. And then they get input through all these funnels, which output into the crushing wheels, which then are going to be out and then sorted into these 2 silos, one for the obsidian block and one for the powdered obsidian. And then probably right around this block or so is going to be where the chain conveyor is that both provides power and allows the items to be pulled and transported over to the main network. So now that I got this, now I gotta get to power routing. So see you guys then. And we now have the obsidian farm up and running. So to give you guys kind of an overview of what's happening, up here you can see that these brass extruders are taking the lava from here and they are turning it into obsidian, which then wouldn't come out of the water, and also get to have obsidian right below it. Then it puts it all into these 4 chutes, which combine them all into this chest, which is kind of mainly an overflow. And then this smart chute drops all the items into here, where they then come out the bottom. And then they go and the powder goes over here, and the obsidian goes over here. And any overflow of any of these goes into some lava right down there, just as a safety measure. So let's go ahead and brief pause here. And I think because most of this I actually just realized I did off camera, I can probably actually do the full decoration for the video. So get back to you guys as soon as I got a good idea what to do with that. And I now have the at least the basis of some decoration. I may still go through and add some more details to this, but here is the stacked farm. I have plans, put a carpet in here to hide the enclosed shafts and all that. But yeah, this is I added some obsidian bands and some other decorations just to, give it some extra coloration, and it's now raining. Great. But now I'm, looking at how much time we got on the video right now, and I still got some time to do. So I'm going to go ahead and make the 30 plate factory because it is very easy to do. Lava, press, press. That's like, I could do this in a 3x3 area, excluding storage. I'm going to make it slightly bigger. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make this because, got the time. So gonna go ahead and make this. So gonna go get some resources. Okay, I've done some additional work here, and now I decided instead of doing a whole separate thing, I was gonna try to build off it so I could pull power. Could probably pull it from under here. Yeah, I could probably pull it from that gearbox right there for power. So there's power, and I'll probably be able to actually build this entire thing right here. So let's see, we need a spout. Then does history not craft a press? Must not have craft a press, so let's go ahead and get that. 1, 2. I need 2 of those. And now I can go 1 there. Oh wait, I need additional storage for this. How many things are sturdy plates actually used in? Let's see. Sturdy plates. Use. What's use? Let's see. Fuel. There's a fair amount of that. What's this? Okay. So let's see. We need at most 4 per recipe there. And not seeing anything especially interesting. Though are some other uses for it, so yeah, especially with that sample drill, definitely gonna want to have a at least some storage for it. I could probably get away with only a 2x2 vault though. So gonna shift some of this stuff around. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. There, that should be enough to cover it. And we put this like that. Then we could have some fun with doing some powering. Let's see, I need mechanical bolts. Can go from there. Oh, it goes up through that line. Okay, well, then there. And that's gonna go up to that line, but do I actually have the stuff I need to craft it? No, I do not, so I'm gonna have to go get that. Oh, and by the way, this is a smaller creation, so I'm now that I have most of the stuff I need for it, I'm not really gonna go through and build the whole thing right here. Again, because it's a smaller one. I mean, you've seen some of the other things I've built, specifically the bigger ones. I don't think I've actually done like a full beginning to end. If I have, tell me in the comments down below, because I cannot remember if I actually did any thing here completely from beginning to end on video. So if I have done that, please let me know, because I can't think of a time I did. I'm just waiting for the package to come in. And all of that. And now craft up over here. Boom. That should be enough. And now head on back. I really do need to do some research into how to combine the applied and not applied energetics, the refined storage with infinity boosters, and so that way I can use my remote terminal to access inventories and such, just to make it easier in general to do. Let's see. And now we got this. So to check, the line goes up to this point. So there, connects up. I'm pretty sure I have, yes, an inventory access. Throw that there. And I need... Did I seriously not have... I think stuff that's already at my main base. I'm not going to make you guys watch me run all the way back to my house to get this stuff. Give me a minute. Okay, it just got back, and it's nighttime now, so I'm going to go ahead and sleep. But I got the brass funnel, so I'm going to put that there. And then that, and I'm going to go ahead and say... Actually, I'm not going to put that on for now because I got to make the first study sheet first. So, link those up. And then link those up. And then I got to do a connection up to there. So... let's take from... let's actually do a bit of extension here. There, there. Rotate. There. Okay, those now have power. And now I gotta come up here. Let's see, the spout is under this block. So I need a good lava source. So gonna go ahead and make an infinite one. There we go. Let's see, I got a pump. And it's going down. Then I need my 2 lava buckets. This should... I need to hook that up to something. Okay, so how can I get power to there? Well, I gotta drive it using a small cog. So cog. Actually, we can go ahead and use this power again. And a vertical gearbox right there. And a shaft followed by the belt. We're just gonna have that pumping now. Come all the way up to here. Lava bucket. And now that should have lava in it. And so I still want this only going through one at a time, so I need an andesite funnel. Let's see, I put that there. And why is it not working? I am using that recipe, right? Spout lava, press. Can they not work on angles? Huh, if they don't work on angles, I may have to readjust this whole thing. Huh. Yep, gonna have to readjust this whole thing, and I do not want to do that on camera because that could take a bit. Okay, so I finally managed to get in. It was the angle. So now I just need to do some adjustment over here. Pick that up. Take this down a couple of levels. Let's see, it's gonna have to be, nope, it's gonna be pointing that direction. And now I need to here stack that up to that point. And I have one study sheet that I am going to use as my filter. To go that way, and I've put that there. I should now be getting constant study sheets into my silo. And actually, wait, I'm actually kind of curious. What happens if I have this outputting one stack at a time? Okay, so it just holds them there until it has the whole thing. I think I'll do that just because then that's less math that has to do. And so now I'm gonna complete the band coming this way. I need to make sure I have a chest in there and a torch. So that's there. And finish up this thing just to blend it in. Okay, and we're getting that. And then I need a packager right there. The frog board is going to be connecting to here. Sturdy sheet output. And that is a sending. Done. I need my stock links. And just going to quickly reset and make sure they're tuned. Put that right there. And now if we go ahead and head back to the central hub. Oh, and by the way, there was some issues going on with stock links, and that's why the brick factory wasn't working, so I ended up having to go and replace all those. I did that off camera, though, because I figured you guys wouldn't exactly want to see that. And so, I'm going to call one sturdy sheet, one powdered obsidian, and one regular obsidian. Send. And now, if we free cam our way over, they should be making their way to us. There's the obsidian. There's the sturdy sheet. And there's the powdered obsidian. I guess they really all got glitched and put on right all at the same time, but I don't expect that to happen often, because I'm often not, ordering all those at the exact same time. But now we know that those ordering systems are done properly. And I think that is going to do it for today's episode. So, just to reiterate what I said at the beginning of this episode, thank you all so much for watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff down below. Keeps my videos showing up in your feed. And lets me know what you like. Give me comments on what you want me to automate next time. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.